Hey guys, Malik and I bring this video to you today from a very special place on our property, and that is our hot tub deck. I think it's safe to say that we've officially finished the deck. All the decking is on, all the railings done, our hot tub is completed, it's holding water. A lot of you are watching our hot tub series right now, and it is holding water, and we're about to finish up the series very soon. And for once in our life, Jesse and I are just having a relaxing evening. It's really beautiful outside, it's cooled off a lot, it's slightly breezy, we're catching up on a little bit of reading and self-education, and life's really good today. I just wanted to make a quick video to share with you all something that we've been working on the past few weeks, and that's tying up a lot of loose ends around our property and completing a lot of unfinished projects. But what I really want to share is how we've gone about doing that, and that's using materials that we already have instead of running down to Home Depot to buy new materials. So I just want to take you around our property, just a short little tour, and show you some of the projects we've been working on and show you how we've been extremely resourceful in doing so. So first things first, let's talk about our railing that we have for the deck here. We finished our deck a while ago, but we didn't have the railing in place, so we really weren't comfortable inviting guests over because we didn't want anyone to, drink a little too much alcohol and fall off our deck. That would be very, very terrible. But our challenge was we didn't have a ton of lumber available to us. So we started looking around the property just to see what we could make these banisters out of. So here's a sample of what our lumber yard looks like at the moment, but no matter how hard we tried to think of ideas, we kept coming back to this lovely mountain of branches. These branches were accumulated from the trees that we fell, which we then used to mill our own decking out of, and these are just all the branches left over. We pulled off a lot of the garbage, a lot of the pine needles and twigs that are just really too small to do anything with. We burned the excess, which you will see right now. And this is what we have left over. Our original plan for these was to use them as hot tub fuel, which we'll still do, but we couldn't deny the fact that there are a lot of usable branches in there. And in the background, we have Malik going to the bathroom in my garden. Look at this cat. Anything that I try to plant, he digs up because he goes to the bathroom in it. He has 5 acres of this property to go to the bathroom, and he chooses to do it on my tomato seedlings. He already dug up my chard seedlings, so not sure how good of a garden we'll have this year. Thanks, Malik. So in the end, here is what our railing looks like, and we think the branches look awesome, and they were completely free. They work beautifully as banisters. You'll see the framework there. We did have to purchase a little bit of pine, which we used for the frame, but that was pretty cheap. In the end, we really want to stress that on a journey like this, you really need to find the balance of buying new stuff and using what you have, because if you try to use money to solve every problem, you're probably not going to build or develop your property for a very affordable price. The other thing I want to share about our railing is the posts for the railing. This is actually windfall that came down sometime in winter. It's actually the top of a pine tree, and we were able to use our Granberg mini mill and simply mill it up. This one on the right here, that's actually a cedar post left over from a demolition we did back in November, where we were able to salvage thousands of dollars in building materials, which we've been using over time to develop our property. And we think they look quite lovely. It really fits in with the theme of the rest of our deck. The next project we worked on to complete our deck is the stairs to the deck. Thanks to Jesse and his brilliant mind, we were able to look in our lumber yard and come up with a pretty crafty solution. A couple of months ago, we had a neighbor give us a call letting us know that he had some railroad ties sitting on one of his properties, just sitting and rotting, and his plan was to burn them, so he let us know that if we wanted them, we can have them, because a lot of our neighbors know that we're trying to be extremely resourceful and collect building materials here and there, so that was really kind of him. We picked up the wood, and we didn't know really what else to do with them, but we wanted to get them used up because we are not a fan of having endless lumber sitting on our property. So Jesse was able to get creative and turn them into stair risers. So here you can see what the railroad tie-like risers look like. And then for the steps, we decided to use our 2-inch pine slabs that we had left over. And we didn't really know what else to use them for. We decided not to go with a true 2 inches for the decking, so we cut those up and use them as steps, and they're perfect. For these banisters, we entertained the idea of using the sticks or the branches, but we determined that they probably weren't going to be stable enough since people will actually be putting their weight on these, so we decided to use leftover hot tub staves. Really didn't have another use for them. They are bull-nosed on the outside and they're beveled on the inside, but that's okay because people aren't really looking at them. In the end, it was a really great way to put some of those staves to good use. For the top of the rail, we also turned to our pile of cedar, and we bought some extra for the hot tub. We didn't know what we'd use it for, maybe the benches, maybe some accessories, but in the end, we were able to make a really nice railing out of it. Nice thing about the cedar is that it should be pretty weather resistant. So once we had the stairs done and the railing done, next we needed a place to sit. So we found some plans online for these chairs and we got to work. This exact chair that you're looking at here is made from leftover fir. We had some leftover 1x2 pine, which I don't remember what we bought it for, but again, it was sitting in our lumber pile just going to waste, so we thought, hey, why not turn it into a chair? The arms of the chair you see here is some sort of treated lumber. Honestly, it just appeared in our lumber pile one day, so we think there might be a lumber fairy running around our area. Either way, we're not sad it appeared in our pile, so we decided to put it to use. It is a little bit rounded, so it makes it not really usable for a lot of other things, but it works perfect for these chairs. Are these really high quality chairs? No. Will we be able to pass them on to our kids and our grandkids? Probably not. But do they do the job? Yes, very, very well. We actually made 2 sets of chairs for a total of 4 chairs. We figured that should give us at least a little bit of room to entertain people and have dinners and barbecues. These ones were made 100% from the leftover cedar from the hot tub, primarily tongue and groove cedar. Once we had our chairs done, it didn't take 2 seconds of sitting in the chairs to realize we needed a table. At this point, our dimensional lumber pile was looking pretty thin. So I again turned to our pile of branches and thought, what can we make out of those? Now Jesse, in all his years of wisdom, tried to steer me away from the idea because he's already learned, and I'm learning, that building with round branches isn't very fun, isn't very precise, and sometimes it does make your life a little bit or a lot of bit harder. That said, in the end, the little bit of wrestling, we were able to get the tables secure, they don't wobble, and they will serve our needs of placing food on them. We may not be able to stand on them, but that's okay. They will serve our short-term needs. The last project I want to share with you, at least for the purpose of this video, is this birdhouse. I decided to build this a few nights ago. I was having a little bit of a rough time with some of the other projects on the homestead. Some of you who are new to our channel might not know that I have zero background in anything construction related at all. I have collegiate background and I have corporate desk job background, but none of those things entail cutting things with saws, hammers, nails, nothing. So for me, I still get a lot of enjoyment out of small projects like this. And it's kind of nice because it's instant gratification. I can do it in about 30 minutes tops and see something pretty good in the end. For any of you watching this that are thinking of embarking on a similar journey, thinking of building a house, going off grid, projects like this, while some might think it's silly because it's a freaking birdhouse, they're actually very useful, and smaller projects like this can help you build your confidence over time so that when you have a project where you're required to cut a 45-degree angle, a 30-degree angle, use a brad nailer, do measurements, you just have that much more experience with woodworking. So again, what we really want to stress in this video is that it is possible to build things with materials that you already have. Again, we're not opposed to running down to the store and spending money when we have no other options, but we always ask ourselves the questions, first, can we do this without spending money? And oftentimes the answer is yes. If you don't already have a lot of materials laying around your property that you can do stuff with, we do have some creative ways where you might be able to get some secondhand building materials that would otherwise go to waste. We'll go ahead and link to that blog post below on how we were able to come up with some of these materials. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about how we're building an off-grid homestead 100% from scratch, then subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also be sure to check out our homesteading blog. It's purelivingforlife.com. We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram channel. And if you really enjoy our updates and you want to know what we're doing a lot more real time than YouTube, then follow us on those channels because we post updates just about daily and you get a lot of information before YouTube does. We'll go ahead and link to the blog and all of our social media accounts below this video. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.